Hey. How's it going? I just had like a little, it wasn't even like a little praise break. I was listening to Already Won by Rod Wave and girl. I'm not gonna start because I'll sit here and cry, but that's neither here nor there. I seen this video earlier this morning upon waking up and doing my morning pages and whatever else. I seen a video that talked about Brick City Buddha. I don't know if y'all know who that is. Brick City Buddha. He was basically saying how before you get intimate with the person, you should speak about your sexual abuse trauma with the person that you're about to, get intimate with because you never know. I don't know. It'll just help the connection even more. And I started thinking about my past relationship. I'm not the type to really trauma dump anymore because I feel like once I recognize the amount of energy it puts on other people, like I literally stopped. And I was like, I kind of don't want them to have to carry my burdens. So I'll just figure out how to deal with it, and then we'll talk about the logistics in a broader term later. So yeah, when I come on here and talk and stuff, I don't be like trauma dumping, but I don't know. I might have to get into a little bit of detail today. I'm not gonna bash nobody or nothing because I feel like I'm in a higher place now, and I feel like I understand both sides as well. I kind of went down a rabbit hole of like memories, and I remember verbalizing one of my traumas with him, and he took it upon himself to investigate outside of me. So I feel like it was like a lot of things that caused me to have my walls up with him, even though I still love him. I did love him. It was a lot of stuff that had me to, yeah, and it was a lot of reasons as to why I never truly just allowed him to be vulnerable with me. Like he would do it anyways, he would do it regardless, but I wasn't trying to hear that. And when he got to talking about it, I'm like, because I'm like, girl, low key, I can't even talk to you about what I had going on or what I do have going on because it's not that it gets thrown in my. I just felt betrayed because why are you going to outside sources about something that I went through, something that I didn't even tell a lot of people about. So it's not like if you go to this person, which is what happened, you went to this person, you asked them this, and they're telling you, no, that's not what happened. But that person wasn't there. And so I also knew that person, and that just made me look at them so differently because it's actually been other like situations with the people that person hangs out with. It's been other situations involving them, and it's like that person is just ride or die. And so that just made me really look and kind of question, who I've been around, who I've been hanging around, who I date. Like it was just a lot of confusion for me. So I did stay because this was like the beginning of the relationship. So I stayed for sure. Not for sure, but like I stayed because I felt like I did have love for him. But I mean, y'all, if you can't be vulnerable in a relationship with your partner, is it even worth it, honestly? If y'all can't have those moments with each other without feeling like you have to go outside to, that's the thing. When you step outside of your relationship for some, it don't even have to just be cheating for some shit like what the fuck he did. When you step outside your relationship, trust is broken. Because the promise is between you and that person, not you in the outside world. Like that trust was broken. So I'm like, oh yeah. So I feel like it was kind of wishy washy, the whole situation at like in general, because that's so crazy, y'all. Because it's two things that I want to talk. It's not just about the sexual trauma. It's about. I'll get into it, but yeah, that just broke the trust, and I just felt like, girl, now I can't come to you because when I originally came to him, like he kind of validated me in that situation. But I think we had got into it or something. I don't know. I don't remember what happened, but one thing led to another, and now he's telling me like, yeah, no, she told me that didn't happen. I'm like, girl, she wasn't there. What the fuck? And so yeah, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I feel like that was like kind of like the foundation, not the foundation, but like one of the things that just made me feel like, okay, well, I'll just continue to shut the fuck up, actually. So that was that. Then I also thought about, because the relationship at one point got physical as well. So I thought about those encounters. And, you know, after all of this time, I've been single for like 2 years now, almost 2 years. After all this time, y'all, I've come to realize that whoopings are the things that made me feel as though it's not really wrong for a man to put his hands on me. Because granted, I wasn't hit by like, I was actually hit by a man growing up. That's not true. I'm thinking about like immediate family, like my mama, my granny. My granny didn't really hit us, but my mama and like my aunties and stuff. I'm thinking in the term of that, like and then when I just, oh my gosh, when I think back to the whippings and to the discipline, it's not even just the whippings, just discipline in general. Like it was always extreme as fuck. It was always so extreme. Like you can make one little mistake and they're beating the black off of your ass. And I feel like that was just so over the top for us to be people that have never, been accustomed to this life. We're still trying to learn. So we're going to fuck up. So the fact that you feel like you need to beat the shit out of me for me to understand is so crazy. That's it's part of the reason why I do not play with my kids now. Like I feel like that is so brutal. I am not for putting my hands on kids. Like I don't care. And that was another thing in our relationship. I knew we cannot have kids together because he was for whooping kids. And I'm like, no, like absolutely not. So that's another thing. If you and your partner can't agree on something like that, girl, I don't know. Y'all can't compromise. I don't know. I have no idea what to tell you, but it's not looking like a green flag to me. Like it's certain shit that I don't play about because that's literally like you going up to an adult and whooping their ass for making a mistake. You're not gonna go whoop somebody's ass for making a mistake. Like people might fight, yeah, but you're not gonna go up to no adult, pull out a belt and whoop their ass. Not saying it never happened and it probably won't. I'm not saying that, but that's not the common. So why are we doing that to the kids? Like, is that not crazy? Like the fact that people do not see that as crazy is crazy to me. Like, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, I don't know. Like being in that physical altercation kind of didn't register to me until like literally months after. Like I was high, y'all. I'm high, just chilling, sitting in my dorm, and I don't know how the that popped up in my head. I don't remember how, but I just started thinking from like an outside perspective, like thinking about me and my relationship as a third viewer, I guess you could say, as a person from the outside and not the inside. And I just got so sad for myself. Like I literally got so sad. I'm like, there's just no way, because I just kept remembering the way like I was being thrown around the room and stuff. Like I was like, I was just like, there's no way, there is no way. And girl, yeah, no way. But I feel like low key, high key, actually, whoopings are what made me feel as though it was okay. Like, of course, you'll hear never let a man hit on you. Actually, I don't think I've heard that. I just kind of knew not to let a man hit on me. But when I was in therapy after the fact, I also learned that this was like a generational thing because my granny got beat on, my mama got beat on, Kayla got beat on. Like, so yeah, that was just so crazy to me. But I don't know. Cause I literally remember like so many, like it's like I could barely even remember the mistake that was made, but I could definitely for sure remember those whoopings. And then I was a very obedient child, which makes things like so much worse. And I feel like in that situation with my ex, I was innocent. So that also kind of like correlates, because granted I did like try and hide some stuff because I know he's going to trip. So I'm like, okay, like when you trying to do damage control, you might as well just with certain stuff you might as well just let it go. Because I'm sitting over here like trying to make sure he don't find nothing that's going to cause him to overreact, because he already has trust issues and I'm not trying to deal with that shit. I'm just like, girl, like let me just let me just and girl, I didn't clean it up good enough, girl. He found something. And literally to this day, like it still blows me because of the fact that I literally didn't do anything. Like a dude had texted me something and I ignored it. I literally ignored it. And even I think it was just the fact that I deleted it and it was like a crazy text. I think that's what it was. But I ignored it. Like he overlooked that part. And girl, it was up from there. And so yeah, that was just so crazy. And I never truly knew the amount or the impact that it had on me, because I'm like, there's no way that he loves me the way he say he do. And he put me in harm's way like so bad. And it wasn't even just us fighting. Like it was a lot of things that I had to kind of mentally prepare myself for, because I feel like I've always been an aggressive person just based off of like the things that I observed growing up, well, the people that I observed growing up, or the way that I was treated. So I'm thinking like that's just the way of life, being aggressive. So I was already always an aggressive person. I'm not gonna say I never put my hands on people, but I've always been kind of skeptical about having to seriously put my hands on people. I feel like I can be playful and I could be rough when I'm playful sometimes, but like seriously, I've just it was so rare for me to just have to seriously like lock in and put my hands on somebody. So that was like one of the biggest moments for me. And I literally remember like telling myself, you're going to have to fight back. Cause he was like, this was a big nigga, y'all. This is not, he not no like, no, this is a big nigga, tall and big. Like, so I'm like, Kayla, you're going to have to fight back. Like, cause in my head, I'm truly thinking like, I'm scared I might not make it out alive. Granted, he wasn't like swinging on me, but girl, picking me up, throwing me everywhere, like that's the same thing. Like I didn't consent to that. So sweetie pie, like that's literally that's abuse. So he was like kind of towering over me and I was just like, oh my God. Like just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Hey y'all. I don't know. I didn't even think about it. I low key just cocked my hand back and punched him in the face. Like I didn't think about it, but it was like I guess adrenaline or my fight or flight kicked in. And usually when it's fight or flight, I'm flight. I'm not fight. It's either I freeze or I fight. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. It's either I freeze or I flight. Sorry, tongue twisters. It's messing up my brain. But yeah, like I just had to cock my fist back and punch him. And like when I did that, something kind of went off in my head. Like, I don't know. Cause I'm always used to like being hit on and not defending myself. Being that I used to, get hit on by my mama and her ex-husband, like I was just used to getting hit on. I wasn't used to swinging back. So when I had to swing back, like it was shocking for me. And I'm like, and we both paused and we just like, but no, after that, girl, I had to do what I had to do to defend myself. Like, that's neither here nor there. But that just showed me a lot. And then the fact that after the situation, I kind of didn't even process what happened. Like I just went home, literally went home, went to sleep, woke up the next day, and I went back over there. I literally didn't have time to process. And this is a relationship where it was like long distance. So in my head, I'm just trying to make sure that we spend all our time together or whatever, because soon I'm gonna be going back to school. So I'm just trying to make the most of the time that we got. Like I'm trying to be like yeah. So I kind of yeah, I went back. I went back because I was in a headspace of low key of comfort more than anything. I was trying to be comfortable more than I was trying to process shit. And hey, but I feel like that was like a starting point for me. Like it kind of showed me that I can defend myself. It kind of showed me that I do not have to allow people to like try and overpower me. Cause yeah, growing up and just sitting there getting hit on, like I felt like I couldn't do anything, and I really felt powerless, honestly, because mind you, I'm already an obedient child. I'm making sure that I'm doing what I need to do so that I don't get hit on, and I'm still getting hit on. I'm still getting shit thrown at me, like yeah, like so I really feel like those situations go hand in hand, but you know I'm proud of my experiences. I cannot lie to you because I feel like it showed me a lot about myself, especially that relationship. That relationship showed me so much about myself. And it's not all bad. It's actually a lot of good. So, but hey, it had to happen. It is what it is. But um no, I also had a moment of where another situation, same person, occurred, but it was like months down the line. And not trying to excuse it or anything, but it's just like in my head, I'm thinking, okay, low key, I'm safe because he haven't tried again, or we haven't got into it that bad enough for him to want to do that. So I'm like, okay. But no, it just came a point where it happened again. And it wasn't as bad as the first time, but this second time I had a panic attack on his ass because because I still did not fully process everything that happened the first time. And this is after the fact that I realized I was sad about um being placed in that predicament, being placed in that situation, and being in love with somebody that has hurt me physically. Like this was after the fact. So because I'm already aware of that, when I'm placed in this situation, my body is automatically frozen. Like, yeah, I had a panic attack on his ass. And what it really was for me that made me know, like, okay, this has to be the last time. Like, we will not make this a thing between us. Like, I'm gonna have to leave. What made me think that was as I'm having a panic attack. He's trying to calm me down. Like he wasn't, you feel me? He's trying to calm me down and he's like kissing me. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it was just so bad for me because I did not want to be kissed. Like the kiss kind of felt like harassment to me. And so like I'm getting irritated. I'm just like, damn, like I really want to go home. And he say, I'm not gonna do it again. I'm not gonna do it again. That shit right there, it was like something clicked. Once I heard that, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to leave. I'm gonna have to leave because when people talk about abusive relationships, when people talk about domestic violence, they always bring up that saying, it'll never happen again. I'm sorry, da 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 da. Like I feel like the I'm sorry part didn't really click for me. But when he hit that I'll never do it again, I knew he was lying because this is the second time. And it's like we're literally in the midst of the situation and you're telling me you're never gonna do it again. You're a liar. You're a liar. And so it kind of just made me feel like not even I'm not even at the point of telling myself like you stupid if you continue. It's just more so of like I just didn't have it in me to continue because I just know it's some stuff like you'll build narratives around people and kind of like deflect on a lot of the stuff that they do. But it was so hard to even try and like put like throw something over that. Like I'm not stupid. You're going to do it again. We just got done doing it. What you mean? I feel like, girl, I'd rather you just not do it before you say you're not gonna do it again. And you're in my face telling me it won't happen again. And yeah, that wasn't even like trigger words for me. It was just more so like a a wake up call. Like, girl, this look like this is the start of the cycle. If we being real, the start of the cycle where men say they not gonna do it. Well, people in general say they not gonna do it again, and then next thing you know, they riled up and they doing it again. Like that's the start of the cycle. And I was like, absolutely not, because no, because just no. Like, and I was already at a point of beating myself up inside for continuing to be with this person, knowing there's not gonna be any growth, knowing that wasn't the only shit we had going on between us, but that was like the icing on the cake. And I feel like, Loki, I could deal with some mental shit, but when it started getting physical, yeah. So I feel like because the physical stuff was involved, like that really, really, really pushed me to be like, girl, this ain't what you want. It's not. Because if we grow up and build our lives together, I can't sit here and act like you never put your hands on me. Like that's crazy. That is, I can't sit here and act like you ain't beat my ass. We sit over here have kids. What I'm supposed to tell them? What the fuck am I supposed to yell? Your daddy beat me. I don't want my kids to have to go through no shit like that. But that's neither here nor there. I just have to get that off my chest because I don't know. There's just like a lot of realizations going on when I woke up this morning. I don't know what that was about. I feel like I needed to get that off my chest. Stop putting your hands on kids. They don't understand. You can't get frustrated with somebody that don't understand that ain't never been here before. Like that's so crazy, is it not? You cannot be frustrated with somebody that don't know something. Like you have to teach them. And they're not even just simply teaching people. You have to understand what their learning style is. So they might not get it based off of you just telling them. Sometimes you gotta show them. Sometimes they gotta hear it. Sometimes they gotta see it. Sometimes they gotta do it themselves. Like it's so much stuff that goes into everything, and people do not take that into account when it comes to kids, which is why I'm not having kids, because I just feel like it's just too much. It's too complicated. I don't know. So I feel like I understand both sides of it, which is why I just can't have kids, because I'm knowing like a lot of people are not raising their kids in a feasible enough way for me. Like I don't want my kids to be toyed with. Like it's the biggest way I could be protective is just to not have kids. So just be strategic. A lot of people are not strategic enough. A lot of people don't even think, because a lot of people just be in their head about what they got going in life. Nobody's ever thinking about the other people. Like we're gonna have to start thinking about other people. Start thinking about what could benefit other people. Like that's the easiest way to help somebody is to think about them. That's neither here nor there, y'all. I just had to get that off my chest. Stop putting your hands on kids. Just stop putting your hands on kids. And let people tell it. They'll swear up and down kids need whoopings. Like, I understand you can get frustrated, but taking your anger out on a new human being is so crazy. Like, you can be irritated. I get it. Working around kids, being around kids, like, you're going to be irritated. You're going to want to not have patience, but you still have to understand sometimes things are going to benefit other people more than your need to feel a certain thing or to do a certain thing. You're just going to have to learn how to work through that while still trying to help that person. I could literally go all day, and I'm not gonna do it though. I'm not. I'm gonna stop. But yeah, we gotta stop with the violence all around, not just domestic violence, baby. We gotta stop beating on the kids. Please stop beating on the kids. That's neither here nor there. I love you. Thank you for watching, especially if you made it all the way back here. Like, thank you. I love you. Bye.